I was in training all week, and I got back from my being out of town, and I had this nice little box from Warlord Games in the mail, and it should be my, well, it's going to be my French Build an Army box. Build an Army. So we're going to go ahead and open this bad boy up. There should be a Build an Army and a British truck in there that I added. While I was in training this week, I did get a little bit of painting done in the evening on my first box of French that I got. Open her up. There we go. So it looks like French Army Headquarters little box set there, and a couple different guys in there. Have to take a look at them. Got the 81mm mortar. That's my Soma tank. We'll go through these here. It's a CS8. I think that's probably going to be my armored car. I think that will be the armored car. Looks like it. Well, that could be that. Oh, that's a British truck. Here's the panhard from the car. Invoice. And then I've got 4 boxes of infantry. French infantry, French Army infantry, and then 2 boxes of the Singalese infantry, regular tough fighters. So that's the whole set. We'll go ahead and open these up. Alright, so first thing I guess we'll take a look at is the panhard. It's an armored car. It was part of the drop-down menu of the different sections that you could get in the armored car area. Alright, so that's the structure of it. The main part. It looks like it's got some axles and wheels, and I think it's got a light anti-tank gun, maybe a low velocity light anti-tank gun. I don't even remember the armament on it as of right now. But that looks like a pretty easy kit to assemble. Looks like there's some type of bumper guard and a gun, axles and wheels, and a hatch cover. So that'll be a really simple assembly. The early war riveted armored car. Just got a little bit of cleaning up there. See some flashing. It makes it sit cockeyed, but that's an easy fix. With a little file clip off. I have to clean these little connectors off, and once I do that, this will sit nice and flush. Sit right in there. That's pretty cool. That's our little recce armored car. I like those little armored cars. I don't take them nearly enough, but I don't have that many in my different armies. So this is still part of the Build an Army deal. This is my Soma tank. There's a couple different I could choose from. When I kind of glanced through the Army book, I liked the Soma in that it had a reinforced front armor. All the French tanks have a single-man turret. I know the Renault, I think, is the other one that's most popular. It's similar, but So here's the body and the turret. Have to get that cleaned up there, but once that's cleaned up, it'll sit in there nice and neat. Got the nice little tracks, just a little flashing to clean up, and you know, very simple construction. Looks like it's, you know, once I clean it up, it'll be 3 parts. This didn't need any work other than putting the gun barrel in, and got a couple pieces in here. None of the Warlord models really come with any instructions per se, but it's pretty easy to find online if you ever get the odd part you don't know where it goes. So the metal bits, there's a couple of these little triangle things. I don't know where they go off the top of my head. I'll have to definitely check that online. You see what I'm looking at here. Looks like they've got little holes, and something must go on the side here. If you look at the little holes, so they must fit in there. It must be some kind of venting or something for the engine compartment or for the crew cabin. So that's pretty simple to figure out. On this other little sprue, we got looks like a hatch cover. Don't know where that goes. Oh, it goes in the back here. There's a back hatch cover, and there's a couple tow hooks. Those will go probably on the front of the back. Looks like the front there. A couple little indentions where they would go, and looks like a bigger tow hook that probably goes on the back. And then there's the gun, would be this little guy right here. Probably hard to see against the white background, but that'll be the gun. Well, there's my tank. So I have a tank and an armored car. Put these things back in there so I don't lose them prior to working on this. There's also looks like a crewman came with the set. His legs are kind of cut off there, so I don't know where he would go unless you remove this periscope portion. Oh, I guess you could put him. Oh, that would. Oh, okay, that's kind of cool. You could put that hatch. So the hatch is maybe flip back open. You could stick this guy in there with his elbows up on there with his binoculars. That's kind of neat. I might actually do that. So it came with a tank commander gunner for the French. And it has the left and right inscribed on the tracks. So for people like me who don't know which way it goes. And then we've got the mortar. I won't open that, but you know, it's pretty simple. It even comes with a. I guess I will open it up. There's gotta be an easier way to do this. Yeah, there it pops right out. So it oh wow, look at that. It comes with a base to put the mortar crew on. That's nice. Didn't know it did that. I have a couple of these. There's a nice mortar man holding his ears. Another guy with his standing up with his ears over his head. Oh, hands over his ears. Kitted out a lot like the infantry. We got a guy dropping one in the tube. These guys are in pretty darn good shape right off the bat. Not a lot of cleaning up to do. And here's the actual mortar itself. Got the base plate, and then the little tripod and the mortar. So yeah, that'll be a pretty quick assembly. It's pretty sweet that it came with the base. Bravo. And then we have the French Army headquarters. I'm not sure if these are randomly packed models on the headquarters units or how that comes, so I'm interested to see what's in here. Comes with the bases again, so that's nice to see. All these ones I've been getting from the... I must have got some feedback from people. I'm putting bases in there now. So here's my command headquarters. There's a guy here. You can see he's kind of got his hand on his helmet like he's crouching down. Maybe like there's artillery dropping somewhere around him, or the lieutenant's giving him a migraine or something. Got like a major or a captain holding a pistol and looks like he's got a cigarette. Oh yeah, he's got a cigarette in between his fingers. Alright, that's pretty cool, little guy. Oh nice, there's a guy on looks like he's on a radio. So those are nice models. You can use them for Ford artillery observers and whatnot. He's got a handset radio. Pretty cool. Didn't know if that would come with something like that or not. And there's a guy here. Looks like his gun is bent, but it looks like he's holding a submachine gun. I don't know that the French have a submachine gun, but it's pretty cool. It definitely makes him stand out as a some type of leader. So I could use him for a lieutenant, and the other guy for a higher grade. I can also use this guy for the artillery observer, because I've never really ran a major or a captain before. And there's some other little thing here. Must be a radio. Must be a radio set that goes with this guy. Then I could probably model up a cord or something if I wanted to. So that's cool. Very cool. Guys are all in pretty good shape, other than the little tiny bent gun barrel, but easy fix. And I don't remember seeing those particular models on the Warlord site, so I'm actually very happy that they turned out to be different. They were not just infantrymen stuck in a box. That looked different. Alright, so next we'll take a look at the Senegalese. Senegalese. Now these guys are pretty cool in that they're regulars, but they're tough fighters. There's a picture of them, and I've seen a couple pictures of them. And when I looked at the pictures, it looked like I thought they were all the same pose, but as you can see, they're not. There's several different poses, and I'm happy to see that, because one of the things back in old wargaming with the lead miniatures, you get a whole unit of everybody with the same pose. So it's nice to see. It's got this guy with a, it looks like 5 different poses. This guy's got a rifle grenade on there. There's a light machine gun there. So about six different poses. So that's good. Make them a little bit different. So let's see what we got here. Bases again. Very nice. Got the bases. And looks like the Senegalese there. I'm going to just open one of these up. Take a look. Don't even have to cut those, I guess. Alright, so got a guy with this little choppa thing, bent barrel, but still okay. Other than the bent barrel, just a few tiny cleanup on the back of the blade, it looks like, the tip of the gun. Not a whole lot other cleanup. A little bit of a mold line maybe right there, but not bad. The rifle grenade guy, you can see that that is bent a couple ways, so I'll have to be careful fixing that. Little end of the barrel bent again. Got some very poor on the bottom of this one down there, but at least it's on the bottom, so I can file it down, get it cleaned up, and use maybe just a little extra glue to make sure it bonds. Other than that, pretty cool. They got their helmets on their side there too. So there's a light machine gun. Another guy with a little chopper. Just need to straighten out the deal there. So yeah, these guys are, there's a guy moving and shooting, it looks like. Not bad, not bad. Another they must have a submachine gun of some sort, because there's another submachine gun type of guy. So it must be the squad leader. Another rifleman, curved back gun, but I think I can get those straightened out without too much of an issue. This guy's in good shape. And the last guy here is in pretty decent shape as well. Got his blade there on his back. Cool. So there's one box of Singhalese, and I won't go through all of the. I just had never seen the Singhalese before, and I've got 2 more boxes of infantry still, and another box of Singhalese. So it gives me 3 boxes of infantry and 2 Singhalese, and that's, you know, about all the infantry I will need. The French do have a Moroccan Gourmier section, but I think anybody I play against, because the Moroccans are veteran tough fighters, so anybody I would play against, I would imagine they wouldn't have an issue if I used these guys as the Moroccans, as long as I wasn't having a confusing 2 sets. So it's 2 boxes of those, and then we've already unboxed a French infantry before. We'll let you take a look at what I have gotten done on the French where I started. Here's my little traveling paint box. So what I've got done basically so far is I did the base colors, and this is just a really roughing. So I got the medium green on and the dark green, the basic browns. Haven't done any dry brushing, haven't gotten the silver on yet. Usually I go through and do the pack straps will be brown. The dry brushing, when I dry brush that, I usually take a look at like the uniform buttons, and maybe we'll add a little bit of lighter color on there. I do a tabletop quality. I'm not an expert painter by any means, but I got all these guys done so far with the base. Got just the generic colors done. I did do one test model from start to finish before I started to make sure I would like it, and this is what he turned out like. It's a very light gun color with a wash, a bit of dry brush, and then after I washed it, the dry brush was a little too subtle, so I went back and put a little bit lighter of a dry brush after the wash. On the ones I'm going to do continuing, I'm going to use that lighter color first. It's going to be a stark contrast on the dry brush, and then I will after I wash it, then I'll see how it looks. But yeah, so I mean, it looks pretty cool. Definitely looks like a French guy. So got one unit, and as you can see, if you can see, basically all those, when I unboxed that, those little bent rifles and stuff that I had, they all straightened out just fine with no issues whatsoever. I will need to make sure I gloss these guys with an enamel and then matte them after I'm done. See, this is how that rifle looked at first. It almost looks yellow, but I put a heavy wash on there and it turned into like a light brown, kind of like the way it looked after I washed it. So alright, so there's the start of the French army, and anything else I need is basically going to be borrowed from my British. I have an extra 25 pounder that I had bought and some other things. This is just a truck that I had ordered with the Build an Army set, and it's a British truck because as of right now I only have one, and I borrow Alan's German truck lately. So this truck, it's actually kind of a tow. I really like the way the model looks. Unfortunately, there's not a good picture of it, but got to get this obviously cleaned up. It's got some extra pieces on there, so I'll get that cleaned up and get this put together. But it looks like kind of like a desert-y kind of like an early war lorry truck, and when you put the wheels and stuff on it and the extra pieces, it looks, I think it looks really cool. I should have a picture here, but it will work really well for a 15 CWT truck. It's just a small little guy. You know, the 15 CWT trucks hold 8 men. I don't think anybody will have an issue with me using that as a 15 CWT truck. So there's my little list of things I've gotten in the mail. I'm looking forward to getting it assembled. Stay tuned for updates. Thanks.